was on the internet someday and I was looking something like Star Wars, I guess. Maybe the props that they used at Star Wars, like Han Solo's gun that he was using, and it was just so fascinating to me to see the props that they were using. It was this company in Australia called Weta where they make props for all these movies like Lord of the Rings, Chronicles of Narnia, District 9, things like that, and they had this own little section where they made ray guns. Obviously they're not working, these aren't working either, but yeah, it was still cool with the idea of having something that you could just use your imagination with and just to explode off of it. Now they were charging about $1,000 per ray gun, and so I was like, well, since I can't buy one, I might as well make one. The way that I plan it out is, I don't plan it out at all. Actually, the way that I do it is I go into a store like CCA, like just a thrift store, and I find the individual parts, and I don't look for anything because I know that if I'm trying to find something, then I'm going to limit myself from what's actually in front of me. So it builds in my mind while I'm at the place, and then I bring it together and I take it home and I find all the extra parts that I found from people who give it to me, and I just assemble it together.
Okay, so the first time I saw that Gavin had made these, I was blown away because I've known Gavin for so long and I didn't know he had this in him. And actually, in my mind, I wanted it so badly that I thought I would pay a couple of $100 for something like this. And Gavin just had so many of them, and he had just done so well, and the genius of being able to pull something from nothing is incredible. And Gavin just has that kind of artistic ability that I know is in his family. It's fantastic.
There's a lot of people on the internet who are extremely interested in this kind of thing just because it's kind of nerdy, but yet it's really interesting and it really sparks the imagination. So as far as selling goes, it's really hard to put a price on each and every single one of these because this one, to me, this one may have taken longer than it took to build this one, so this one should cost more, but some people like the way that this one looks more, and so it's really hard for me to put the price on them. Generally, the way that I price my ray guns, though, is upon size and how elaborate the look is on it, and so far I've only sold 3, but, you know, that's 3 ray guns, and I enjoy it, I enjoy making it, and I get to make money on the side, so.
I love the colors, I love the fact that this is the kind of stuff that, man, I grew up with this, so it just makes me feel so cool to hold it. But the best part about it is that it only looks this way now. Before, it looked like so many different things that just came together magically to form something really cool. And that's what I love about it the most. That it was nothing, it was just a bunch of parts, and now it comes together to look like something that any guy would just love to have.
It was about the idea of imagination because I know that in high school right now, you know, to think of having something like this can almost seem geeky and it's kind of looked down upon because it's not normal, but in my mind I see these things and I see these ray guns that I'm making and it's so interesting to me and I create stories in my head. Just the idea of imagination was the first thing that really had a big deal to do with it because I mean, I never thought that I was going to sell one whenever I was hot gluing my first one together and it was falling apart in my hands, but next thing I know, I have ones that I'm able to shake around and they stick perfectly together. So it was all just for the fact of having something and being able to hold it and call it mine and call it art.